Hi guys, have you ever been struggling with your YouTube? Maybe you wanted to start your YouTube channel, or maybe you started already, but you didn't move anywhere. Maybe you don't have views, maybe you don't have subscribers, maybe you don't have people clicking on your links, which means no business for you. With me today, I have a Yassine, and he's my YouTube video editor for past 2 months, and we have achieved some great results, and I'm happy with his services, and that is the reason why I have invited him for this podcast. So thank you very much, Yassine, for coming. Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for the invitation. Good to be here on the screen and not behind the screen editing, right?
Yes, you are always just watching other people to be editing from the other side, right? So how is it to be on the camera? Because I know you are also sometimes on the camera on your social media. So how does it feel to be on the podcast?
Yeah, it feels good. Super excited to be on your channel and to share some tips, hopefully, with your audience to help them grow on YouTube.
Okay, amazing. Thank you very much. And also, so can you tell us a little bit more about yourself? Like, because you are very young, so when is it you decided to focus on YouTube? What is your background? Maybe if you want to share how old are you and where are you based actually?
Definitely, yeah. So I am originally from a country in North Africa called Morocco. After high school, I decided to travel to South Africa for 2 years, and that's where I actually started learning editing. So when I started learning editing, it was mainly for me to have a side hustle, to make money on the side, to be able to buy stuff, you know. Once I was done with South Africa, I decided to come to Japan for university, since going for education is usually the easiest way to get into a certain country. So I was like, yeah, let's do university in Japan and at the same time still grow my business. So originally I started with editing videos, different videos for companies in different niches, for YouTube, for Instagram, for all of those things. But I later on focused and specialized on YouTube. After 2 years of video editing, I decided to specialize on YouTube. And now it's been 2 years since I've been running my YouTube agency and helping people grow on YouTube and get clients through YouTube.
And so why is that you decided to, instead of doing video editing for random edits for anybody, to just focus on YouTube? So what was the main reason of that kind of strategy or this niche?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, to be honest, the main reason was demand. Working with people from different niches, I was able to see demand and how it changes from a niche to another. And I just saw that there is a high demand for people who want to grow their YouTube channels, specifically to get clients through YouTube. So I decided to go full-time on YouTube and just shift my whole focus on YouTube instead of working on different niches, basically. So it was purely demand and that there's money to be made.
And okay, thank you very much for sharing that. Also, I have watched many videos obviously on YouTube about YouTube, and so one of the things some people were saying, like, is the YouTube already oversaturated? Is there already too many of people who are doing pretty much every niche? So is there a space for people like me, or for another coaches, or for another people in a certain niches to build their name? Is there this space for that?
100%. I mean, I love the saying that a niche is never saturated, but offers do get saturated. So if you provide one specific offer for a long period of time and other people join you and copy and paste the same thing, then that becomes saturated. But if you focus on a niche and you always try to get creative in it, there's always going to be someone who's willing to watch your content, because there's so many aspects that go into why would someone watch your YouTube videos. That could be your personality, that could be them relating to your story, that could be the value that you provide and that they want to achieve the same results as you. So as much as there's a lot of YouTube channels that you might think are in the same niche as you are right now, there is a lot of people who are still wanting to watch more content. And if you just think about it yourself, if you're interested by a certain niche, on YouTube, there's only a few channels that you keep watching over and over, and you would love to watch more people, different people, other people in the same niche, but it's actually not possible because there's usually only so few in every single niche. Or some people just give up and not keep uploading content, so you don't really keep up with watching their videos longer.
Yeah, so that is a good point. So what do you think is the main kind of challenge for people when they are running their own YouTube channel? So why they would give up or something, because I've seen multiple people to start and after nothing really happened. So what would you think will be the reasons to that?
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot of reasons that could go into it, but from my experience working with people on their YouTube channels, the main thing is the amount of work that it takes to keep the consistency going for YouTube. And as you might know, building a habit is very difficult unless, first of all, you have a really good and strong reason that you want to build a YouTube channel for, and that reason is what drives you every single day. So the end goal or the reason why you're doing YouTube should be really strong and relates to you, that it makes you want to create videos. Now, the second thing is that sometimes, although you want to do YouTube, unfortunately we only have 24 hours a day. So if you're a businessman or an entrepreneur and you're super busy every day, you're not going to be able to edit your videos and to learn about how to grow on YouTube and do all of those time-consuming tasks. And this is exactly where it comes outsourcing the work or hiring someone to take care of it. And usually there is people who either hire freelancers or hire agencies. And again, there's a big difference in that, in a way that hiring a freelancer, they're only specialized in one task. Let's say you hire a video editor for your channel. They only really care about delivering the video to you, and then that's the end goal for them. They get paid. That's it. The relationship is over there. Sure, you can work with them long term, but still, they're not really interested in growing your YouTube channel. Same thing with the thumbnail designer and an SEO expert. But when you work with an agency, it's actually different. The goal of the agency is to help you grow on YouTube. So they use all of these aspects and basically make the best content quality-wise for you so that you can grow on YouTube and not just create content for you. There's also obviously some reasons like people not being confident enough in their goals, and once they post 3 or 4 videos, they give up, they don't see results and they give up. So they don't really understand the importance of consistency and how maybe that 5th video could have gotten more views, and then those more views would have led people to the other videos, and then the 6th video would get more views. So that aspect of consistency as well, some people get discouraged by the results from the beginning. But I think it's very important to just understand how, if you were to create your first 3 videos and go viral, everyone would do it, but most importantly, it wouldn't be fun as well, because everyone would be able to go viral. And this is where it comes to actually building something for such a long time that you start seeing results with time, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of thoughts just came to my mind, and one of the things when you mentioned what are the reasons for people, because as I mentioned, I've seen so many YouTube channels because I know the people. I just checked their social medias, and one of them was YouTube, and there was 3-4 videos, and that's it. They didn't continue. There were no views. And I feel like when people are focusing and they really want to get views right away, so they kind of give up, because it's, you said, like, it's not as simple. And if everything would go viral, that everything would be viral, and there would need to be something like a super viral, because it'll be the same like no views, right? So it would just get to the different level, so it wouldn't matter anyway. And I just wanted to share on my story when I started with YouTube, because I'm doing YouTube for now, I'm not sure, I think it's 2 years now in December. And basically my only thing why I started wasn't because of the views, because I knew it's difficult, I think, to do YouTube, but the main reason was to just get better with speaking in front of the camera, and that was all. So why not to practice, and already building this habit to be uploading on YouTube. And my goal was posting 3 videos a week, and I was doing it for over a year, and I built that habit of posting and making those videos. And after I'm like, okay, I've built the habit of posting and doing the videos. Now it's the phase to become a better. So I was focusing more on my delivery and also starting working with a video editor. And before I started working with you, when you mentioned about the freelancer, so I had the video editor, and he was with me for a few months, maybe almost a year actually. And the thing is, he was very good with video editing. He was learning very fast, and I really like his videos. but there was this one task, not one, but you mentioned that he didn't understand anything regarding YouTube. So he knew how to edit videos, and his main focus was to put everything into video editing. But regarding the YouTube, he wouldn't know. And that's basically what was a little bit slowing me down with the progress. And that's why basically I decided to swap with you when we talked about, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point you bring up, because usually people would think that once you learn video editing, you're going to be able to grow on YouTube, you're going to be able to grow on Instagram. But that's not really the point, because if you think about it, YouTube is simply a math game. You just need to know the basics of it, play with the numbers, and then you should be getting results. And there's all of these small aspects. I remember I mentioned these during our first discovery call when we jumped on the call, is that there's these small aspects in every single video or thumbnail or SEO that makes a huge difference. For example, the intros, having an intro in your video, and how that 5 seconds or 10 seconds in the video, everyone would skip that intro where there's an animation or something like that, simply because no one likes watching an animation for 10 minutes and they would rather just skip it. And that action of skipping the intro is actually harming your YouTube video, because it signals to the algorithm that people are skipping this exact 5 to 10 seconds in every video. There might be something wrong with this video, so we're not going to recommend it to more people. So there's all of these small details that go into actually growing on YouTube that not every video editor will know.
I was listening recently to someone, and actually not someone, it's a big name in YouTube actually, it's Brandon Bouchard, and he's having almost 1 million subscribers. He's been doing for a long time. He's doing like a self-development and helping people with marketing, with a lot of different things. And I have bought his courses, and I'm also coached by one of his coaches, and he mentioned that he knows maybe 100 people who have more than 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but they are not making any money, because they don't know how to utilize their YouTube. Maybe they have views, maybe they have subscribers, but they don't know what to do with them, apart of some money running ads on their channels, but they don't really know how to make money from that. So it really helped me to understand, because it's not only about, having because I don't have many subscribers just yet, 350 subscribers, but it's not about the quantity, it's about the quality and what people will do with that. So I can just share from my experience. So I'm doing the YouTube for 2 years, and in those 2 years, apart of the last 2 months, I have nobody approached me from the YouTube. I had their different links. I was giving people something over there for free book or something, but nothing really came from that. And so since we started to work together, so it's 2 months now, I had 2 people book the call with me, which never happened in the past. And it's just working together with 2 months, and someone can see, let's say, the YouTube channel, and it's like, there is not many views. But it's not about the views. I mean, if I have a good conversation with people and I can help them to, take their business to the next level, and they'll pay me as a coach. So it's a win-win situation, and I don't need to have 100,000 of views. I just need to get clients who I can help, right? So I think it's very important to not be always looking at views like some people are. Yeah,
100%. I think that's a very, very important point, because like you said, there's channels with hundreds of thousands of views, but they're not really monetizing their channel. They're not really making a lot of money. And it always goes back to that notion of, if you want to make $10,000 or $50,000, would you rather sell something that's $10,000 to 5 people, or sell something that's $1 to 50,000 people? And this is where it comes again back to, why do you want to do YouTube? Why do you want to start YouTube? And this is exactly why I work with people, right? Is to actually get them clients. It's not that they're paying for a video editor, but they're investing in their business the same way they're investing in ads and marketing and all of those operations. They're investing in getting clients. So paying $2,000 per month to get 4 clients, each one of them is $4,000 to $5,000 worth. That's a good investment. That also shows that there is a huge value when it comes to having a small audience, but a very high value audience that keeps watching your videos, especially for your type of tickets, because I know your tickets, you're selling it at around $5,000, or it could even bring you clients for your property business. And having those people that are constantly watching your videos over and over and over and over, one day they're going to take action and book a call with you, because this is exactly what happened with me. And this is where I really understood how this whole game is actually applicable. For myself, when I was starting my YouTube agency, I was basically doing everything I could. I was doing research online, how to fix all of these problems I was facing. I was also watching this guy on YouTube who was making these videos from time to time, and I was watching him for around 10 months until I decided, I saw a video of him with one of his past students, and I was like, that's it. I need to book a call with this guy. I'm not losing anything. If I'm going to pay him $3,000 and he's going to help me in 6 months reach my goal of $10,000 per month, that's a good investment. It just makes sense for me, although I didn't have the money back then. So I did book that call, and I've been following him for 10 months, but only after 10 months I decided to take action. So that's why, again, that importance of consistency and posting content consistently and showing examples of your students and how you're actually helping them achieve results is very valuable to that small community of yours.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It takes time for people to make a decision. People, they don't like to make decisions. It takes time. And I have also a good example of what you mentioned. I have, when I mentioned the Brandon Bouchard, so I was watching him on YouTube for a long time, and I have ordered his book. It was back in 2020. It was sending a free book. So I bought it, like just the shipping and handling from USA. So he sent it. I read the book. And just this year, I've seen like some kind of advertising from him, because I follow him. You know, you can get this kind of bundle of course for $10, like nothing, you know, like you can get the, like, I don't know, 3 hours of videos. I'm like, oh, that's great. No brainer offer. So I decided to go for it, $10. I bought it. After I bought the full course for $1,000. And the next month I have hired his coach for $8,000. But yeah, I was watching him for 3 years before I made this decision and made the commitment to do something big like that. And sometimes people try, and they are on this line like, they're maybe so close to getting that client, but they give up too soon and nothing happens. And I can just share also from my perspective, like this year, for the first half year, I wasn't focusing on the coaching as much. I was focusing on another business, which didn't end up. And so my attention went there. And after, I was surprised why I'm not signing more clients for my coaching business. But I've figured it out that actually I'm not putting as much effort as I did in the previous year. And after I free up some of my time, so I focused even more on that. And for first, I think 8 months, I signed up only one client for my coaching, which wasn't where I would like to be. My goal was like one a month, so I can sign around 12 clients a year. And basically in the month 7 or 8, I think it was August, I still had only one client, a new one. And now it's November, but I already have 9 clients. So I kind of got all the rest of the clients in the past 3 months, because I didn't give up on that line, and I didn't say, oh, it's not working, let's move to something new. And I believe like with being consistent on YouTube, it really helps. And I really like when somebody tells me like, oh, I watched your video last time, or now more comments are starting and like they like it and it's insightful. And when especially those podcasts is really good, because you can share tips and what can help people. And I think they really enjoy it. So it's really good. Yeah,
definitely. I think that's the beauty of actually being consistent with content, is that there's no set specific rule. On average, it takes about 6 to 7 hours of watching someone's content on YouTube before actually taking an action to buy a high ticket offer from them. But that's just an average, right? But there's no specific amount of time that someone needs to watch your content. And that's also the beauty of it, because while you're sleeping, there's someone watching your videos at the other part of the world watching your videos. There's trust being built between you and that person. And you're not even doing it. It's like passively being built until One day they book a call with you, and then you jump on that call and they're like, yeah, I watched this video, this video, and this video. This is my business. I'm struggling with this. And then you close them and help them fix their problems. So I really, really like that part about YouTube, that you actually put one-time investment in each video, and then that video will just keep working for you 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Yeah. I was just looking actually last week or this week, I don't know, into the analytics of the YouTube, and I've seen that from this month compared to last month, we had like 20 hours more watched in the last 28 days. And if you imagine, like, I mean, I'm always impressed by those numbers, because I look at some of the videos and there's like not that many views. Some of them, they don't even reach 100 views. Some of them reach more. And after, when you check all 28 days, I was like 65 hours watched. I'm like, what? It's like 3 days somebody's watching my videos. It's a lot of days. You know, yeah. It's people, because it's spread up. Yeah.
No, that's very, very important. Yeah.
So if Yassine, if somebody is, for example, thinking of starting YouTube channel, or maybe they started but now they are not getting anywhere really, maybe, you know, not only with the views, but maybe people are not clicking on their call to action links, what they want them to do, or what is it, like some tips what you could share which could help them to speed up the process, or something which, you know, which would really help them to, you know, get to the next level?
Well, the first thing is to always post consistently for at least 3 months. I always tell my clients that don't expect any results until 3 months has passed by for our service, right? 3 to 6 months, and then you will see that consistent flow of leads, because it does take 3 months of creating content and have it ready for people to watch it over and over and over. But consistency is the first part. If you're not being consistent, you shouldn't be asking the question of why am I not receiving results? Once you give 100% to consistency, then you have the right to actually ask that question. The second part is you should also review your offer, whether your offer is actually good, whether that offer makes people want to click on that link and take action and book a call with you. So does that offer actually Is it interesting for people? Does it make them curious to know more about it? Does it help them solve a problem, essentially? For example, one of my clients, they have this offer for the discovery call that they invite people on YouTube. They're like, book a call with us for your 6-figure roadmap. So we're going to create a 6-figure roadmap for your business during this call. So if someone is watching that video and he's like, oh, okay, I'm not losing anything, I can jump on that call with them. They're going to help me draft that 6-figure roadmap. Then I would love to do that if I'm struggling to hit the 6-figure target. So those are two main things: consistency and then reviewing your offer. Although the offer should be the first thing, to be honest. The third thing should be making sure that the quality of your content is actually good. Now, it might look like your content is really, really good because you're making it, because you're investing your time in it, obviously. But from the greater scope, is it actually performing well? Is it actually done correctly for it to perform well long term? And this you can't answer by yourself, unfortunately. You would need to actually go to a professional who can give you an audit, for example, for your channel, or who can give you what things you should change in your channel that are not really good. Because you can ask your friends, you can ask your family, you can ask yourself, but it's not really going to be the truth about your YouTube channel. So I think these 3 main things are what one should focus on: consistency, the offer, and the quality of the content for the specific platform.
I can just only say that when just from I can always only share my story, because I don't know other people how their channels are performing. But with the consistency, I was very clear about that, so there was no problem for me. It was about speaking, getting better over there. Not the problem. You know, when you want me to shoot the videos, you tell me to shoot, it's done, right? It's quick. Not the problem. When it comes to offer, I feel like, you know, the offer is also there. So this similar thing, strategy call to book with me, so people can learn something and I can give them some tips and how they can scale up their business either in property or different fields. And when it comes to the last part, so this is the tricky part, because I can only say, as a business owner, it's, you know, you have only 24 hours a day, and we cannot be experts in everything. It's impossible. And I don't even want to be expert in everything. I mean, I read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki when I was 19, and he always was saying in that book, you need to hire experts. More you pay, more you will get. But it's very difficult when you are starting and you are basically don't have the money incoming from the business, and that's why obviously people are starting on their own. But when there are some money starting to coming, I feel like in order to grow the business even more, it's important to invest this money. So for example, with me, all the money pretty much what I made from my coaching business, I'm investing back into the YouTube editing, marketing, social media, because for me, it's not about making money from the coaching. It's about growing, and I can help more people, bigger audience. And one of the things what I really liked about when we started working together, one of the things was the professionality. When you showed me everything, how it's gonna be, you had all the systems in place, which I really liked, that everything is always on time. We are never late with the video. It's always edited, which I was struggling in the past. And another thing was this call we had for 1 hour, I think, before we started shooting the video. I showed you my room and you helped me to set it up. And not only lights, I had the call actually with a guy who was actually on the YouTube channel, Mr. M. Dongo. And we were chatting and he was like, I really like your videos, your setup, is it like a green screen or something? I'm like, no, it is not the green screen. It's just the setup. It's the lights. And how did you do that? And I'm like, Yassine helped me with the setup, and he helped me how to set up the camera, the settings in the camera, because I bought a decent camera, but I'm not technician. I don't understand actually the setup. So I was shooting on the random one, and all those small things are super important, which myself, if I should research those things and invest my time, it would take me hours in order to find the answers. But with you are like, yeah, we'll do this onboarding call, we'll discuss everything over there, and let's do it. And I'm like, wow, that was amazing. You are click there, go to the second page, click there. I'm like, oh, that's good. Yeah.
I think something that I've learned in the past 2 years, and I've really taken it seriously, is to provide as much value as possible to my clients, to the point where I don't meet their expectations, but I exceed them. So I go beyond for every small detail. And this is mainly it's very popular with Alex Hormozi, right? He's always like, give as much value as possible and then charge whatever you want, because people appreciate that high quality stuff. And this is exactly how I want to grow my business. So I want to grow it by giving all that attention to details, providing as much value as possible, making the journey of all of my clients and partners as smooth as possible so that everyone is clear on the process. Like even, for example, the contents calendar, that's not really something that's needed for our partnership, but it's always good to have it there, sitting somewhere, so that one day you just decide, you were like, oh, I just want to have an idea on what's going on with content in general for next month. And then you go to the Notion calendar, and then you have a clear idea on when is each video going to be posted, what's the status, and all of those stuff. So I took it as a mission to actually provide value for every single aspect of the whole process to make it as smooth as possible. And just going back to the main point that you mentioned earlier of how people that are actually starting a business are struggling with, at the beginning, funding the operations. For example, someone who's just starting a business is not going to be able to pay you $2,000 per month for YouTube video editing. But even people who do have the money, sometimes we don't work with them, because I don't know if you remember, but before I jump on with any prospective clients on a call for the first time, I send them this Calendly form basically to fill. And I check out their YouTube channel and I see how consistent have they been with their YouTube channel. So even if they're making a lot of money and they're ready to actually invest, I know that once we sign them up and they're going to pay us for the first month, sure, or they pay 3 months, sure, and then they're not going to be consistent, that's going to break the flow and the strategy that I use and my team uses to actually get those results. So if we don't get those videos delivered to us on time, the cycle is going to break. We're not going to be able to be consistent with videos every single month. And I took a look at your YouTube channel and I was like, wow, this guy's consistency is crazy. His expertise is amazing, but he needs to work on his thumbnails and videos. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to him. I'm gonna do an audit for him, send it to him, and then see how this goes. And so that's one of the first things that I consider before working with someone is consistency, and see whether they're actually serious, whether they understand the investment behind the YouTube channel. So that's one of the first things.
Yeah, no, it's very important to choose your clients as well, because I have the same thing. When I started with the coaching, I was happy just to take anyone because obviously I had like an offer which was very low. I was just starting out, wanted to build some testimonials and wanted to help people, and I didn't know exactly how to do it, with who to take. So when somebody said yes, I was super happy, but sometimes it wasn't the right people. And now I'm very specific when I have the call with them. I'm really trying to figure it out, like, are you, and the main thing is, are you an action taker? And if you are, we can work together, and I can find out from the conversation if they are or if they are not. And if they are, so, I'll give them the chance to work with me. But if they are not, and if I see like they've done a lot of things in the past, but they are not taking any action and they are not able to step out of the comfort zone, I don't want to work with them, because it doesn't help them, because they're not going to do it. It doesn't help me, because if they're not going to have results, it's not going to help anything, and I'm not going to be feeling good anyway, because they'll pay me, but they're not going to get results, so it's pointless. So it's very important to even say no to people, even if they want to give you money. It's like, no, you are not the right person. And it happened to me a few times in the past, and actually it's a good feeling when you can say no to people.
It really is. I had a number of times people actually be like, what do you mean? No, like, I'm ready to pay. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. Because I had to give a refund to someone after I saw how their delivery and their operations, once we started the contract, was not what we agreed on, and the consistency and all that. And I was like, hey, sorry, I'm just going to have to give you a refund. This is not going to work, because you can pay me for 3 months, but it's not going to deliver the results you want. And I don't want to have a client that won't achieve those results to be one of my clients, because it would hurt my reputation after all.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, amazing. So that was very insightful, Yassine. I'm very happy. Also, I want to point out one more thing. I just had the baby, and Yassine sent me teas from Japan. Thank you very much for that, because I'll be asking for more teas before I'll come to Japan. Unless you are planning to move somewhere else. Just to wrap it up, the last thing what I always ask to everybody, if there is someone who is, starting their business, for example, I know you shared already a lot of tips regarding YouTube, what, they should be doing, consistency and offer and the quality of the video editing. But let's say they want to start their own business, and there is so many social media things which they can do: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. And so why would you tell them that it's good actually to be active on YouTube, if they should be active on YouTube? Like, why to use this social media platform as a source of passing the information and passing the knowledge to people and the value? Why this platform is so good?
That's a good question. Well, I think YouTube is one of the most effective platforms when it comes to selling a service that's high tickets, mainly because people can watch a lot of your content there in a way that they're not only watching 30 seconds reels or 60 second short form videos. Because if you think about it, if someone needs to find a solution for their business or a problem they're facing, they're most likely going to go to YouTube and type the problem they have, because they expect at least a 10 minutes video that will explain it in details and how they can actually solve it, and not go to Instagram and search things like that. So that's why I think YouTube is very important. It's the #1 information platform when it comes to video content. The evergreen effect, your YouTube videos are always going to be there for years and years. Sometimes you search up a topic and you find the first video at the top is a video that was created 2 years ago. So that could be your video if it's created correctly, optimized correctly. It would be there for years and years. And guess what? You would still be getting those clients through YouTube for years to come. That's the second reason. The third reason is that you could post different types of content on YouTube. You're not really restricted. So you have both the short form content there that you can post in the form of shorts. You can post podcast, long form content. You can post 10 minutes videos content. There's different types of content that you can post on YouTube. So I think YouTube is a pretty good platform to invest your time in, to create good content there consistently, and to target those customers.
Mm-hmm. Okay, perfect. So thank you very much, Yassine, for being here today, and it was a pleasure to have you. And also, if somebody would like to reach Yassine, he'll be editing this video. He'll be doing the description for this YouTube. So he will put his link into the description. If somebody would like to reach out to him and you might have some questions you are struggling with, maybe with your YouTube channel, feel free to get in touch with him, but make sure you are consistent with your YouTube videos. Otherwise, I'm not sure if Yassine has a time for you, okay? Because he means this business seriously. So if you are, so go and check him out. Again, thank you very much for watching, guys.